Hello miners, Rusty coming at you with another dye job. Tonight we're going to do two knives. We're going to do them rather quickly. Some of my mod videos get rather long. This is the Eafengrow EF922 black G10 with these orange G10 starbursts. What I want to do to both these knives is dye them with a synthetic fiber dye. This one is in color Racing Red. Give them a shake. I don't know if that's in the directions, but that's what I like to do. And then here's the EF970. I'm also going to dye in the red. I'm not going to go over the disassembly on these. I might show you the inside of this one because it's running on bearings. It just has this one screw here and the pivot, and then we can take the knife apart. We'll have to take off this screw holding on the G10 and this screw that's holding on our bolster to get that G10 off, I bet. I might show you what that looks inside, but I'm going to definitely show you the after, what the dye job turned out. I'm going for a red like a Spider-Man here. Might be hard to do. The color red on top of tan. Tan's going to change it. And then I'm thinking this is going to turn out what they call a coral, which is like a maroonish, purplish kind of a color. I want it to be still bright, jazzy, but I'm going to get away from the orange. So stick around. Okay guys, I got this Eafengrow apart, and this is what it's looking like. Just from the factory. So we do have these bearings. I didn't check them out. They look like they're probably steel. And the ball side faces the blade. But this is really impressive stuff. I haven't cleaned this up at all. And I'm telling you, I don't really need to. I will wipe this off. But that is impressive, guys. That is super impressive in my opinion. That's what we're looking at there. So go ahead and take these off. Again, you guys don't need to see that, but I wanted to show you how clean this was on the inside. Okay, so we have 2 cups of water. We have, maybe we'll call it a teaspoon of vinegar, and maybe a teaspoon and a half or 2 of dye. We bring our water to a boil. We have wiped down our scales with alcohol, rubbing alcohol, or acetone. And now I have both scales on here, just hanging from a, this is what's left over of a clothes hanger. So let's go ahead and dip this in here. And we're going to stir it around. And it's going to be hard to tell what kind of effect we're getting here. So now I can tell you, I want to make sure, it looks like I want to make sure those things are all the way submerged. And I'm stirring it just to keep that dye mixed up. So are we getting any signs? Yeah, maybe. It's not taken like a jade. You know, jade, that does. So, and I can actually see those scales in the water, which, of course, sometimes I use the black pens. By the way, after the last dye job, I cooked some rice and we had pink rice. So that was kind of fun. Had my brother and his kids over. So he was helping me cook dinner, and he's like, "What's going on? This isn't safe to eat." And I was like, "Oh yeah, well." I read the bottle. It says it's non-toxic, so. Okay. Really hard to tell with this. And I hate to go too red. Oh yeah. I think we're gonna stop here. It's probably better to stay on the light side of things than the dark side, right? Use the force, Luke. Alright, stick around, see how orange does in the red. Well, I guess what I'm going to do is pull this out, rinse it under water, lay it on this paper plate, and let the rest of that dye soak in. Looks like about 3 minutes here of video time. Alright. Okay, and we're back, and that's what the orange scales look like. And I'm doing these tonight, guys, one scale at a time. You get to really hopping when you're doing 2 of them. So, this has already taken some sort of coloring, but remember that jade in this really soaked it up fast. This is what those are looking like, if we can see them. One thing I can tell you about this dye, it's really hard to see what color you're going to get until at least a couple hours. Maybe, well, it depends on the G10. Maybe an hour goes by or so. But I actually wait till morning to put my knives together, just to make sure I'm happy with what that's looking like. So remember, this was orange. Oh, it's almost turning hot pink now. And we are at 1:30 of run time. So the last ones we left in there for 3 minutes. Oh yeah. Man, these things are almost hot pink. It's going to be hard to tell what color this thing's coming out. Want to go a tad darker and stir. Now I don't really know if I need to add more dye because some of the dye got soaked up, or what. Yeah, it's kind of a cool color right here. I do know, ooh, whoa. The longer you leave it in, the more color it absorbs. So, not much I do know. Boy, guys, those things are looking neon pink. We're at 2 minutes and 40 seconds. I think we'll go to 3 minutes. Well, 2:54. Shake it off. Get you over here. What's this looking like? It's looking done. It's going to be a color that nobody else has. Good enough. Okay, and we're back, and Rusty's going to try to assemble this in a short period of time, but this is what we did is I made sure that the screws with the pocket clip were the pocket clip ones. They're the different size. Then the screws that hold on the G10 and the screws that hold on the bolsters are all together here. And then we got our pivot over here. So we also got our barrel spacer screw. So we'll go ahead and put this all together now. Remember we had a D shape. I wanted to show you this bolster. This must be steel. It's a little heavier. It didn't need to come off. This other one I took off the G10 and it never came off. So we should be, I'll put that on. Well, let me put this thing on first. Oop, okay, so we got to make sure our lanyard hole lines up. And G10, yeah. And you guys got to watch the old man fumble with these little tiny screws again. Alright, and just to be fair, I didn't wait till morning. It's been about an hour, so we're going to see how this turns out, okay? I'm going to take her down snug in case I have to do some adjustments here. I can tell you that this is the side, and notice something pretty interesting. Pivot goes through here. Could have swore that the D shape, I'm trying to figure out where that D shape is. Oh, I see. So the D shape has to come into that. So we're going to take this one, put it through, and you guys see that D shape, and it needs to be facing towards the rear. And like I said before, the D shape now is facing towards the rear, and the best time to make that adjustment is right now, when you can spin that. So that kind of looks good. Okay, I think we'll put just a dab of oil on here, and we're going to run the bearings. We're going to run the bearings here on the liner. Oh, what we mean by that is the cage side goes up. And little go-go juice, not too much. Set that down. Next up is the blade. Careful not to cut yourself. And we want to go in and tell. All right, that stop pin's gonna seat. And remember, now the cage side goes down. So I'm doing this on a weeknight, and it's a little bit. I'm ready for bed after this here. Let's see. I think what I'll do is put this one together. So let's start with the bolster. Well, let's start with the G10, and we'll see if that has, if it fits under that bolster at all. Okay, pull my T6 bit out, and there we go. Hopefully find that hole. Alright, so that went snug. Just take her snug. And we know how that all lines up. Looking okay. Remember, this is a different size screw. Gotta use the right screws. Even if it feels like it's coming together, you should know which ones are which. Okay. This one's not really tightening up. Let's take a peek. Okay, yeah. Okay, now it's tight. So, what do we got going here? So this is not the pocket clip side. The other one is. So with that in mind, I'm looking for all my parts here. And that thing just did a little, like, magnetized. So, I'm going to take and put this piece in. Okay, that went together pretty well. We got a longer screw here. And this is the pocket clip side. Oh wait, maybe it's reversible. Rusty's doing some thinking here. Pocket clip goes on this side. I want the blade pointing down. So, you got her mixed up just a little bit. You guys are probably wondering, why do I watch this channel? Well, that has to be the right way. Alright. Let's try this again. Okay. Okay. Get that down. So this has got to be the right way here. Feel that blade stop goes in. Putting the bearings on the liner. So that stuff will work itself in. I'm going to put this, hopefully, in that hole. And we can, ooh, wow, came together. And I got something again going on with some magnetism. So, I'm going to go ahead and put in my pocket clip. Good, yes, I have the sharpened side in the right way, because this is going to be in my palm and then the blade is going to be down when we're looking at that. So that's how we know. I'm going to put this one in. That should catch that backspacer and it'll hold it together for us. There we go. This finger tight. And let's use this one. And we do have a T8 pivot on this side. Well, do we? Maybe not. Maybe it was a T6 this whole time. Yep. I guess we're looking at all T6s on this thing. Just going to take this one snug. Okay. Flip her over. Okay. This screw is not a pocket clip screw and not a bolster screw. So let's just, I like to get these all started by hand. Okay. I'll pull this away. Alright. And that one's finger tight. You have a bolster screw sitting over here. Put that in there, like so. Okay. Okay, I think we got her started. And what do we have left? One screw left. And it is pocket clip screw. Now, if you remember, on my Citaven, these pocket clip screws were different sizes. On this one, though, they look like they're all the same size. Okay, got them all finger tight. Lockup looks good. Knife is working. Let's go in here and just give it a little bit. All right, don't want to take it too tight. We're going to strip those screws if we do. And they seem not to be, you know, I'm using a Weehaw bit here. And I'm not sure about the quality of these screws, but it's holding the knife together. So just take her. There we go. Get in there. Whew, we are no blade plate, or no lock rock blade plate. So let's open this up just a bit. You guys get to see the lighting. And I think that the action's good. And how's the centering? Let's see if we can. I think it's on. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So, it's my new Eafengrow EF970. I'll show you guys